Hey everybody, this is Ahdoom, and welcome back to another exciting episode of Let's Play Darkest Dungeon, the Crimson Court, and I think we're ready for another Courtyard run. We have a bumper crop as an event that's affecting us right now, which means all of our supply costs will be free, which is good because I've spent all of my money on upgrades to the best guys I currently have available, so that we can actually potentially, hopefully, maybe survive this in our third attempt. We do have a number of Courtyard invitations, and not afraid to use them. What I will do though is buy as many medicinal herbs as we can, keys. Well, actually, the first thing to do is to make sure that we stay focused. Our party is made up entirely of cursed victims or curse victims. Pretty good mix of abilities there to make us a bit less squishy than we otherwise would be. But I will bring a full stack of blood, even though it's going to probably roll over because we have two guys that are currently already craving. I'm just going to move the position of those. Holy waters are kind of useless to us because if we use them, it just, it just burns us horribly because we're cursed. We will bring a full stack of shovels though. We will bring a full stack of keys. We will definitely bring a full stack of bandages, maybe even two, because I get so many bleeding attacks on me. It's ridiculous. Anti-venoms are kind of useless, but I haven't actually found them to be necessary. Critically necessary in the dungeon. We will bring 2 stacks of torches. We will bring all the food we can though. All the food we can is super important. And again, holy water takes care of the blood fountains, but that's okay. What else? Crones take blood. Shovels are really useful in this dungeon, but torches really are critical. I'm just trying to think this through. Do I think this is going to be enough medicinal herbs? Look, I'm just going to bring everything, because I can throw it out and it costs me nothing. That's the whole thing. If it costs me nothing, it's worth keeping, right? Let's just get those there, get those there. Ah, that's right, I will bring more bandages. Again, I'm not too concerned about the treasure side of things. I am just concerned about being as survivable as possible. I hope that's going to be enough blood. I think that's going to be enough torches. And I can't bring any more food, because I literally can't bring any more food. So, as over-prepared as I am, it's time for us to press on. I don't think those keys are going to be particularly useful, but that's completely fine. And yeah, I'm a bit nervous. I'm nervous as to whether or not this is going to work or not. Yeah, let's embark. Let's see how we do. My first attempt at the courtyard went really well. I made a lot of progress. Second attempt was an absolute freaking disaster. It was just a complete wash. I think I made a third attempt. I didn't count the second attempt though, because it was just it doesn't work, run away. So technically this is actually our fourth attempt, I think, to go back and watch some of my own videos to figure it out. In the meantime, yeah, wish me luck. Wow, okay, so we are currently here. We had to run away from a battle there. We've got a lot of stuff on the go. 2 guys in craving, and I might just pop them up now to get them into bloodlust. As much as they'll act in a crazy and ridiculous way, I want to have the option of winning these fights. Might be able to find another workaround to the key rooms, might not. Let's just press on the way that we are already going and see how we do. Gosh. Alright, you're craving, so you're going to get some blood straight away. There we go. We're all bloodlusting, aside from the Vestal. If the Vestal was bloodlusting, that would be a concern. And here we go. Chevalier, Supplicant, and a Corpse Eater, and we have the jump on them, fortunately. Let's see how we do. Opening things up with a... Why don't you have anything equipped? I'll have to fix you between combat rounds. That's silly. Yeah, that's weird, actually. I don't know why that is that way. Anyway, let's start with a Hound's Rush, focusing on the Chevalier. Yep, need to get these guys dead. 6 damage taken, and that bleed is in place. We'll look at doing a focused bleed. Crit for 10, fantastic. And an excellent bleed there, 6 damage to come. Could look at a party heal, but again, their health has gone up from the bloodlust, but instead I will try and get this Chevalier as close to dead as possible. 7 damage taken, and 1 hit point shy of a kill. Unfortunately, we cannot secure that kill with the Crusader, so instead we will need to do a smite on the Corpse Eater on the front row to deny them an action instead. Chevalier will get 1 attack on me before he dies of his injuries. 10 damage taken on the Crusader and a bleed to boot. Gather Blood drops down as well, but is dodged, fortunately. Alrighty, I think we're in a pretty good place to consider our options. Not going to do a self-heal at this stage. We'll drop a Hound's Rush, 8 damage, plus a bit of a bleed to boot. Stress levels are not really a factor. Unfortunately, my... oh well. No choice really but to just secure that kill sooner than expected on the Chevalier. 2 bleed on the Supplicant, and gather the blood drops on the Jester. 4 damage taken, but no other ill effects. The Crusader is... I don't want to get the kill right now. I need to faff, and I will. Let's heal you up. Increase Torchlight, which is irrelevant. And I'll do a focused heal right here. Crit for 20. Absolutely fantastic. Up, and healed up to the max. We should be able to finish this guy off quite handily, though, now with the Hound's Rush. Yes, we did. Yes, we can. And yes, we do. No need to take an extra shovel for the moment. We'll just hold on to that anti-venom. Do a quick restore back to first positions, and got this Houndmaster. Yep, there's an ability that you don't have equipped. Equip that. I don't know why that was that way. It makes no sense to me. Yep, happy with these positions, and not going to use any food at this stage because I can rely on a party heal to get this damage dealt. Get these heals going. Keep our inventory open in case we need to do an interrupt on something, and let's get into this unexplored room. Right, 3 Sycophants and a Courtesan. Not too bad there at all. Might look at dropping a... can't get a kill on that Courtesan. But if we take out these little Sycophants, then she will shuffle forward to be within arm's reach, which is fine by me. 2 damage there. Thirst drops on the Crusader, and he takes 7 damage, which is pretty considerable. But it's okay. This Sycophant is dead in its next turn, though. Dodge on that Maddening Wine, which is fine by me. They'll keep trying it, though, on the Vestal. Yep, 3 damage taken and 15 stress. The Jester's turns seem to be very spoken for. As much as you are increasing our stress, you will also be decreasing our stress to keep us in this dungeon for longer. And it's time for the Vestal to start doing her bit as well. Smite in the front row to get a kill. Don't mind if I do. Alternatively, yeah, let's take out that Courtesan because she still has an action to play out this turn. 21 damage, and she is dead and buried. Focused heal or party heal? Party heal for the win. You decline it, but we still get 12 health up across the party there. Now, this Sycophant is already dead. This one, not so much. Or I can try and stun someone out. Let's try and stun someone out. Let's see if this ability works on these guys. It does. Great damage, turn denied. This person is already dead in the next turn. That said, though, we are going to be focusing on stress management with the Jester. It's why he's here. He's great for long dungeons and epic dungeons as well, for that matter. So let's just keep things going. Pain Train on the front row. Smite is done and dusted. Could have actually spent that stun more wisely on someone else, but with only 1 Sycophant left, we are feeling in control. The Thirst drops on that Vestal, who dodges because she already has the Thirst. She already has that Thirst in a big way. Party heal again, pretty moderate as far as things go. Top some people off, get some people close to maxed out, and let's just maintain control of the map. Stun in first position there. Nicely done. We don't have to worry about accruing any more stress. We use the Jester's turn, which should be coming up next, to make sure that everyone is fine. But alright, he does it on himself, kind of wasting the turn. Okay, let's mop things up now with the Crusader. Alright, all good, all done, and all carried through. A little bit of stress reduction there, and we are going to drop that anti-venom in favor of the Emerald. Crests are also very necessary, but I'm going to not be worried. I'm not going to be that worried about loot for the moment. Yeah, I think that's a good call. That is a good call. I think I'm going to be too paranoid to actually drop things when I need to, because I don't know what I'm going to need, not for this battle, but for the next one, which is a problem. Ooh. These Throbbing Cocoons do stress relief if I burn them. Nice, okay. So that came out quite well. I'm comfortable with dropping stacks of torches. I'm comfortable with dropping stacks of keys, that goes without saying, and medicinal herbs as well. Great trap dodge. Great trap dodge there. Right, let's press on through and see what we have behind this unnamed door. We're looking for a key. Scouting comes through and it looks like we're being made to double back in this direction. Chance for some loot there, chance for some stress release as well. Let's take that chance on the Crusader, and alright, we're going to need to make some decisions here. I do need deeds, so we will drop those torches, and gold is going to be very useful. I'm fine with dropping a stack of keys there. Not sure what those medicinal herbs are going to be good for. I'm going to keep referring back to my cheat sheet, and actually the medicinal herbs aren't good for a great deal, to be honest, so I may have oversupplied there, but I was worried about debuffs, and without being able to drop holy waters, having something to address buffs is nice and necessary. No insight as to what's coming up next, aside from 2 Mansevens, a Courtesan, and a Chevalier. It's pretty clear who we're going to be focusing on in the early rounds. Need to definitely take care of that Chevalier as quickly as we possibly can. 10 damage made, which is pretty good as far as the spread goes, and a bleed to boot as well. Not too shabby. Let's start doing party buffs, or potentially doing chain bleeds. Chain bleeds are pretty attractive, but so are party buffs. So are party buffs. I want to get my speed up as high as possible to get my kills in soon and early. Thirst drops down on the Crusader, 4 damage taken, and this guy upgrades to something else. Careless Whispers. Overall damage as well as Horror, which sucks. But we should be fine. Infallible Servitude on that. Yeah, that's going to be a worry there, because I do not like them. I do not like Chevaliers staying alive. A dodge and 8 damage, which is not too bad in the grand scheme of things, but that Vestal is out of action for a turn, which is somewhat problematic there. Might need to start looking at some chain bleeds. Might need to start looking at some heavy hits on that Courtesan. That Manseven as well is a little bit concerning. Somehow my Houndmaster has stunned himself like an absolute moron, which is exceedingly regrettable. Let's take out that Courtesan if we can, though, because I do not want to be taking more horror attacks. Unfortunately, she's still alive by 1 hit point. That's a problem, and we're not looking in amazing places right now. Let's start with the chain bleed. 7 is a critical on the 3rd position there, and some decent bleeds dropped in place. That Manseven, though, is concerning. Refined Palate drops down for 2 damage and a lot of stress. Like, a lot of stress. No stun, fortunately. Manseven goes down with Enraged Slight, which is going to add a lot more stress to us as well. Yep, and I need that Jester to be focusing on stress reduction, because, my god, we're already up at 81 stress there. Let's take out the Courtesan, who still has an active turn. We don't need to be taking any more stress damage there at all. Let's look at where our best option lies. Not too worried about anyone in particular. Would like to get a kill on one of these guys, though, and the odds are pretty excellent on that Manseven, so let's make that happen. Done and Dunsky. Unfortunately, I'm not able to focus on that Chevalier at this stage, but at least we did get some health up on the Vestal. Subterranean Skewer drops down for 8 damage, which is pretty considerable, but we do have a Martyr Seal to increase this guy's hit points. Need to start... No, don't do... Damn it! Bloodlust is a real pain with Jesters. At least that Chevalier's Guard is removed now. Houndmaster is in play. And let's try and get some more damage going in the back row. 5 damage taken, and that will reinstitute that bleed. Unfortunately, my Crusader is useless to everyone, including himself. Let's just do a bit of a stress heal there if we can. Yep, since that Jester has decided to be a useless Nancy. Your chance to stun is actually pretty good, but I can't reach you, unfortunately. Let's drop a party heal and hope for the best. Alright, falls all round, not too shabby there, and everyone is topped off nicely. 4 damage taken, that Chevalier is going to do a Subterranean Skewer. Dodged! Excellent! And unfortunately these corpses aren't anywhere near where I want them to be in terms of damage removal, but at least we can put him within arm's reach. Certainly for the Houndmaster, and this should be kill. Done. Done. What is that? Lioness Warpaint, plus 15 damage if torches below 75, plus 15 damage if torches below 50. Whoa! So it's plus 45 damage if your torch is below 25. That is insane, but that accuracy and dodge buff is going to be very, very useful regardless. Happy with dropping this stack of medicinal herbs in favor of that, but we will get rid of that additional stress there, because why would we not? Alright, carrying on, let's restore back to first positions. I need to make sure this goddamn Jester has his Bloodlust clear, because he's just annoying with Bloodlust. He just keeps moving out of position, he doesn't do de-stresses. My Crusader is looking like he's going to lose his freaking mind, and even though he has a trinket which gives him... No, it doesn't even give him better virtue checks. Alright, so he's going to be our main focus, and we've hit a dead end. That's regrettable. Alright, just time to start taking stress damage. Left, right, and center. What are you doing? Yeah, okay. Great, so you're back to sanity, which is fine by me. Just the Crusader who's still in Bloodlust, and he's taking some serious ongoing stress from being in this dungeon, but at least that is cleared. 78 stress in play here, and not much I can do to start managing those problems beyond waiting for the best with the Jester in terms of corridor combat. That said, we've got a long walk ahead of us. Man, every time I'm in the courtyard, it really amps up the emotional damage side of things. Don't know if I should have brought some laudanum. Still not really clear on how it works. I know it is used for stress relief, but I think it may only work of stress relief when you're afflicted. If you know how laudanum works, feel free to tell me so. I'm certainly not going to pick any up until I know how it works, because experimenting in the courtyard does not pay off, I say, with an inventory full of provisions. Again, I just brought them because they were free. And why wouldn't you take something that was free? Am I right? Anyway, our stress levels are really high. I know that I can give her blood. We may as well, because we have some. There we go. Blood for treasure. What do you got? It's pretty mediocre, to be entirely honest. That Crusader stun skill is... Yeah, look, I'm going to pick up that in favor of the dog treats, but I'm not going to drop bandages in favor of a warrior's cap. Alrighty, let's carry on. Alright, you were craving, but I don't want you going into bloodlust. I'm going to wait until you're wasting before I give you some blood. Sorry, girl. That's just going to have to be how it is, even though it does remove your hit points. This is why I gave you a life stone. Alright, let's move straight north and see what we can find in here. Hopefully this cure is going to be worthwhile. I would love to have a blood cocoon to burn. Unfortunately, it's just going to be blood flowers. From memory, blood flowers are a shovel. Let's see what we have. Good stack of crests. Unfortunately, I can't take them without doing that, but I do need crests for my next upgrade, and the upgrade is absolutely critical. We'll look at some life-based management, but I'm not too worried for the moment. Okay, let us carry on. Bravely onwards into the future. Let's see what we have to deal with. Empty corridor so far, and what's behind door number 1? Well, a lot of de-stressing, I think, on my Crusader. Yes, indeedly do. Alright, we need to get some early de-stress going here, because he's going to lose his mind as soon as a few horror attacks drop. Given that we have a whole bunch of courtesans to deal with, I find that horror attack likelihood to be extremely high. Looking at things, I'm going to probably try and stun one. Resistances are just too high there, unfortunately. So let's go with the Hound's Rush on position 3. 8 damage made, and no bleed, unfortunately. Mind your manners on the Vestal. Crit for 9. Damn. And she is now marked, which is going to be a problem. The first drops down on the Jester. 3 damage taken, but nothing too concerning. Unfortunately, that courtesan does heal herself up. Stand aside, I must slake my thirst. Okay, that doesn't really ruin things in the grand scheme. Let's drop Judgment where we can do the most good. Supplicant on position 2. Yep, 7 damage taken and 6 health regained. Let's finish off that Supplicant now with the Crusader. Boom, and done. At least we denied them a turn. I know I need to focus down on the, Predigestion for 5. No Blight? No Blight. That's fine by me. Alright, fresh turn up, and let's look at our best chance for damage. Let's focus down on that Courtesan again. Fortunately, she dodges. The Crusader can take him out, though, which is fine by me. Inspiring Tune again on the Crusader to stop him from losing his frickin' marbles down to 62. Isn't too shabby, and let's again do a Judgment in which we will do some damage as well as taking some heals. And again, that's functionally the vampiric strike attack for the Vestal. Smite goes down, and she is dead. Probably a wasted turn to do damage to that courtesan, but it's better to be safe than sorry, I find. 3 dodges, but 1 horror does take on that Vestal, which is fine by me. Predigestion goes down for 6, and Blight does go into effect, unfortunately. It's fine again, she can heal away to a better life, that's for sure. Let's start doing some damage on the Supplicant just to get the pain train rolling, finish him off probably with the Crusader. Let's keep the stress reduction going with that Jester. That is his job, that is what he's here for. He can support with bleeds, he can support with party buffs, but he's here mostly here to keep people alive. Thirst drops down for 5 damage, and that courtesan will heal herself, but she was already on full health, and I'm not too worried there at all. And let's take her out entirely now. Boom. Love me an insta-kill. Yes, I do. Let's drop a focused heal on the Vestal. 11 up, pretty darn good, and those blights should stop having as critical an effect. Predigestion goes down again, but this time it is dodge, which means there's no fresh blight for me this round. In the meantime, I'm going to try and drop a Hound's Rush here and make sure this guy gets deaded. Well, he is in his next turn, which is fine by me. I'm going to keep going keep working down on stress levels. That Crusader is looking a hell of a lot better than the 81 he started off with in this dungeon. I'm going to say that for sure. And let's do a bit of help as well to that Jester. 4 health up, 15 stress down, and he's actually a much better stress healer right now than the Jester is. Meantime, given the state of everyone's health, I'm going to drop a party heal. Nice. A critical goes down as well to address some stress on the Houndmaster, and that supplicant is dead. The round is ours, and we have, wow, bounty, hunters, maulers. Those are something. Damage against marked, stunned, and bleeding. Crit. Alright, that's okay. It's not amazing. We'll certainly pick up the blood because we need it. The food we will leave. This will be worth a hell of a lot more than that stack of gold. I do need shovels. I do need bandages. I don't need medicinal herbs. So we'll drop those right now, use the one that we have in place, and carry on boldly, bravely, and in otherwise good states. I'm going to try and avoid using food for healing if I can. Mostly because I want to stay in this dungeon as long as possible, and hunger checks are things that are going to stop me from doing that. So there we go. Have the chance to reduce some stress, which we will do on the Vestal. There we go. That's 30 stress gone away. Restored default party order as well. She's just craving, not wasting, and so we'll keep her in check. Supplicant Esquire. Oh, it's a boy courtesan. How lovely. Alright, let's look at you guys. Thirst, Careless Whisper, Mind Your Manners. Alright. Let's keep stress healing for the moment with the Jester. Just want to get everyone down to as low as possible before I start doing some damage with him. Chance to stuns are pretty non-existent, so let's just get some damage done to this Esquire to make sure the Crusader can finish him off. Whoa, 17 damage. You know what? I can finish him off with the Vestal, I think. Yes, indeedly, and that's a turn denied. Not complaining there at all. Careless Whispers go down and hopefully get some dodges in place. Nope. And we're going to have a lot of stress coming through in the next few turns with this. That Jester also is looking like a desperate candidate for some healing, but I will try for the insta-kill on the Supplicant if I can. Nice! Critical for 26. Beautiful. And stress goes down by a good margin there across quite a few people. Lovely, lovely stuff. Okay, Jester's turn. Let's probably do a stress heal on yourself because your other moves are of limited importance in the grand scheme of things. Let's look at our next best option. Midnight Manor, Mind Your Manners, I should say. I don't know what the hell she's doing. Oh, Midnight Minuet. She does a bit of a dance. That's fine. Strange, but fine. Your chance to stun is pretty low, so we'll just do damage if we can. Actually, what's that buff? Extra damage, extra speed. Damn! Alright, so she dodges there. That's okay. You're just craving. Let's do a Divine Grace on the Jester to heal him up. And let's go in for the kill. Nice insta-kill there. And
success so clearly in view. Or is it merely a trick of the light?
okay, I'm always reluctant to drop keys given the chance of treasure, but since my inventory is looking pretty full, I'm going to take that treasure rather than a chance. See if any gold stacks. It does not, and let us press on. Again, reluctant to be getting rid of food until we really desperately have to. Oops, the blood. Let's... didn't get there in time. And some valuables, nothing too concerning. We've already picked up 24 crests in this dungeon, and that's probably as much as I'm going to be taking with me. Jester is down to craving now, which is fine. Do not want him in Bloodlust, so again, he's going to have to wait until he is wasting before I even consider doing anything for him in terms of that. This chain is this is a dead end, so we have to double back and accrue some additional stress, but again, that's why we bring Jesters into the Courtyard. That's also why we try and make sure that Desurs, who's one of my most loyal and frequently commenting subs, does not get killed if we can at all avoid it, because I like Desurs. Desurs gives me tips, like maybe 4 days after they would have been useful, because I put out too many videos, but still, I love you, man. Keep up the good commenting. I do actually enjoy your input. Sometimes you teach me some really, really handy stuff. This is a damned fountain, and I think this is something that is treated with holy water. And again, I don't need loots. I don't need loots right now, so I'm just gonna leave things be. This shifting mist can be burned off with a torch, which is just fine by me. Still have plenty of torches in the inventory. Well, six will have to be plenty, I guess. Sydney, the Houndmaster, is craving. and this is a locked gate. Don't have keys. I will need to pick up an object to do the thing on this, so, well, we're back to doubling back. Alright. Come on. If I have to walk backwards the entire way, I'm going to take epic oh, damn, I do. Alright, that's regrettable. One of us is now wasting, so I can... Now is the appropriate time to put you back to relief. Let's keep going backwards because it's our only option. La 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 la. Epic stress taken because these guys do not like walking backwards through narrow corridors. How close are we to the... Yes, I know that. No! Alright. Let's use that before we have to. Unfortunately, you are a craving ninny, and let's get into this room so we can double back. That was a lot of stress taken and a really awkwardly uncomfortable walk backwards. Hopefully we can find a way around this. I'm kind of concerned that this doesn't actually show me like the locked room icon. I'm worried that an actual normal key could have actually unlocked that, but what can you do? Great dodge on that trap. I should say very fortunate dodge on that trap, which is a better way of putting things together. No. Okay. Alright, at least we resisted that. Didn't get there in time with the blood. That's fine. Got to keep our inventory open. And there's our first hunger check. Bit of extra health coming through, and no worries there at all. Let's see what's behind this mysterious door. And it's an empty. Can try and break down these blood flowers, but that said, I'm running sort of low on torch. This is the dead end. It's a dead end. Let's use a shovel. Why not? What do we find?
If only treasure could staunch the flow of otherworldly corruption.
Nothing really of worth. I probably shouldn't have done that at all, but there you go. Sometimes you make some bad decisions. I'm not going to drop food at this stage for gold. Need to make sure I'm keeping up the duration and stamina of these matches. This stage, this is a dead end. This is a locked gate, and we need to figure out what to do next. Let's head back in this direction and see what we can see. We are building up some pretty gnarly stress, so I'm going to need to really look for corridor combats if I can. Let's explore out this chain here. And you're going into craving, which is fine by me. No one as yet is in wasting. As soon as they are, though, I've got plenty of blood to fix them right up. Let's head southwards now. And again, I'm sorry for all this doubling back and walking and crawling. It is a little bit... Okay, that's wasting on the Jester. Let's take care of your cravings there. No concerns and no worries. Relief at last. And let us carry on onwards into the backwoods of the courtyard. There is some pretty awesome loot in here, but I'm never sure what I'm going to need next, and that's the worry. Okay, let's go down this way. We've got a curio and a corridor battle as well as an obstacle. Gonna leave that alone because we do not need... Well, we can take a chance on it. Let's take a chance on Crusader. Half-clotted blood, what do you get? You get scouting. Well, free scouting is pretty darn useful in this dungeon. We know there's going to be quite a bit of winding and crawling back there. Probably going to be the same layout as well as that last fork, so we know we're going to have to double back. No worries about torch. We have a slavering ghoul and a courtesan, but we have the surprise on them, which is fantastic. Fantastic. 45, 41, and 41. Let's take care of some stress on that Vestal. We want to make sure that we're faffing out this combat as long as we can to deal with stress levels, if that is even remotely feasible. Unfortunately, we get a pass on the Houndmaster because he's just a bit of a loco Simon. Let's try and stun that courtesan. Chances are pretty low, but if it works, it's worth it, and it works. Fantastic. Let's get some smite going down on this unfortunate slavering ghoul. 9 damage taken, not too bad, and Skull Toss goes down on the Jester. 6 damage taken, and quite a bit of stress, so we're going to have to focus on him for the next few turns. Unfortunately, he is stunned out, and that courtesan comes off stun, putting me back into position to do all of the things that are needed. Could try and stun her again, but the odds are very unlikely. We'll instead try and get some damage done on the back row, or should we just focus on that ghoul? No, let's take care of her because she does some really awful attacks. Really awful attacks. She takes 2 bleed, drops the thirst down to the Houndmaster, which is really like the least of our worries, to be entirely honest. Gets herself 8 health out of it, but also puts us in range of pretty easy kill strike from the Crusader. Let's heal up that Jester just to make sure that he's going to be okay. Hal goes down, 1 dodge, and everyone takes a lot of horror, actually. The Vestal resisted, which is wonderful. Boom! Boom! 32 damage on that courtesan, and that bug empress is dead. Well, she's more of a princess than an empress, but that's fine by me. 54 stress. Let's focus down on where it needs to be, and again, that Houndmaster will not be taking additional damage from that horror, so that's fine. Try and do a stun if we can on this guy. 2 damage taken, and then he gets the stun. That's fine by me. Absolutely fine by me. Denied a turn. Turn denied is a turn gained by me. 23 hit points left. Let's keep the heals going. Well, or should we? Let's just do a judgment down to top up the health on our Vestal while taking down his hit points. In the next turn, he gets the first action. Rend goes down on the Houndmaster. 7 damage taken. And no other... Oh, a bleed has an ill effect. Yep. Right. Crusader's freaking everyone out with his strangenesses there. Wasting has dropped, and we're going to need to get some blood going on this chappy here. Probably also do a self-heal if we can, just to compensate for the damage that's going to be coming through from those bleeds. And let's look at who has the highest stress. Absolutely, Houndmaster. Let's start taking care of that. Jolly good. Jolly good, jolly good, jolly good. If we can, let's try and stun this ghoul out so we have another turn of stress management. Yes, that takes. It's just fine by me. Let's look for where we have the best opportunity to do some good. Well, a bit of heal as well as a bit of stress reduction on that Houndmaster is not going to be out of place at all. That bleed comes through, but you know what? Since I need to faff, I'm just going to keep faffing on myself rather than using up my bandages. And in this chap's turn, we're going to have 54, 57, 47. There we go. There we go. Let's take care of some stress on that Jester. Again, we haven't had a huge amount of success with stress reduction in these turns. We're going to try for another stun. It's definitely not going to work. Nope, that's fine. We need to take this guy out at this stage with that Crusader to avoid taking any more damage. And it's just fine by me. Get a bit of extra food, get another emerald as well, and those things do certainly count for a lot when they stack. Use a shovel to clear that, and that last bit of that blight has cleared off. Let's check behind this door and see what curio we have to see. It is a Ragged Hag. I don't need items from you, but you have delivered some pretty good ones before. That said, I need to keep my blood for the moment, so let us carry on down this forking road to see what we have in store. Gonna leave that fountain alone. Gonna keep pressing on. Yes, I know that you're craving Little Miss Vestal, but you will be fine, I am sure. Okay, pressing on through. Scouting comes in, and there's a room. We know there's a room. We don't know what's in it, but we know there's a room because our last scout didn't reveal it all the way through. 2 supplicants, 2 courtesans. Chance the stun is actually not too bad. Of course, we could just focus on getting some damage done, and I think I will. That bleed comes into effect, and she's going to be doing me some stress damage. Just didn't like my odds to actually stun her successfully. 5 damage taken on the Vestal, and she is marked, but regardless, rather than doing a chain or a focus bleed will definitely get the kill. Chain bleed is actually not a bad call, but I need to deal with these massively high stress levels because stress is not something that can be cured with food, whereas food is. Let's go for the kill here. Critical hit for 17. Stress goes down, and life gets topped up in a beautiful way. Unfortunately, the Vestal will be marked for a few turns. Gather the blood goes down to the Jester, and he doesn't take too much in the way of damage. Dodges on everyone, and unfortunately there is a horror on that Vestal, but she was our most stress-healed party member. Let's try and take out this courtesan. Critical for 32. Fantastic, and stress goes down just on the Crusader. Unfortunately, Gather the Blood goes down on the Vestal for 5 damage, and again, we're probably just going to be dropping another judgment on these guys to get them taken down. Let's Hounds Harry the back row there. 5 damage and a little bit of bleed. Nothing to really write home about. Let's keep looking at stress management. We've got 33 and 37. Well, that's a pretty easy answer for me. Carrying things through, we're going to have the Vestal coming into her turn. Let's drop a judgment on the back row there. 10 damage made. He has 2 hit points left, and yeah, he's dead in his next action. So let us instead focus on getting a kill down here. Only 15 damage though, so not enough to deny them an action, but next turn he's definitely a goner. Gather the Blood goes down to the Vestal. 6 damage this time around, which is pretty substantial. She's already cursed though, so there are no ill effects. Let's look at stress management again as our focus. That is all good in the Vestal's turn. Oh, Crusader comes up first. Please don't pass. No, you're just adding to our stress. It's fine. Let's do an Inspiring Cry on the back row, get some healing going, get some stress reduced, and everyone is looking like they're in a pretty good place. I will self-heal. Yeah, I'll self-heal with the Houndmaster, and then I will drop a Judgment here. 10 damage made, and that's just fine by me. Bit of stress reduced as well. That was balancing things out as well as they can, or should be.
Push on to the task's end.
Wow, when did I get that second ruby? That's pretty awesome. Do a quick juggle of things and stuff. Okie dokie, we are looking fine. Yes, sirree, Bob. Yes, sirree, Bob. Let's press on and hope we find that key. Alright, we have some stress and we can reduce it. 29 is probably our highest. Yes! Alright, let's burn you down, little Mr. Thrombin Cocoon. Boom. Nice. There is no blood hidden here, so thank you for giving me some of that stress back. Let's press on down this corridor to see what we can see. And an empty. Scouting. Alright, that goes somewhere. That's promising, actually. Oh, it's still mirroring. Alright, that's fine. Let's keep our inventory open and press on. Oh, Esquire, Courtesan, and a Supplicant. Let's hope we get some early moves in first of all. Our stress levels are looking okay-ish. Doesn't mean they can't be better. Let's take care of some stress on the Crusader for the moment, rather than getting an early bleed in, because we know that Crusader's ability will be absolutely axe at taking people out. Let's try for a stun if we can. Best chance is on the Esquire. Let's see how it goes. That stun does kick in fantastically. The Thirst drops down on the Crusader now for 2 damage, and she heals up and gets a dodge buff, which means that I might consider avoiding her for damage. What we'll probably do is drop a Judgment on the back row just to get this Supplicant, so the Esquire, ready for a kill next turn with the Houndmaster. And that 10 damage is absolutely outstanding. He's down to 10 hit points. Let's go for a smite right here. 16 damage, not enough for the kill, but pretty good all in all. Gather Blood goes down to the Houndmaster, who gets a dodge in like an absolute pro. That dodge increase, though, is going to be in place for quite a few turns. Let's focus on taking out this Esquire. Critical for 17, absolutely fantastic, and stress goes down. Only on him, though, not the entire party. Expose the vein. Dodge. Dodge, 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 dodge. So good. 28 stress on the Vestal. That is our highest stress to turn, but equally I could look at taking out the Supplicant to deny them a turn. Don't mind if I do. 6 damage made and done. And hopefully a little bit of stress. Nope, nothing taken care of there at all. Let's go for a stun on that Courtesan. She dodges, unfortunately, so we're going to need to focus on getting the kill in. Smite goes down, but she's dodgy. So dodgy with that elevated dodge. I'm concerned that I'm not going to be able to get a decent kill in on this wench. Let's try a Blackjack. Critical for 7. And the stun does take, which is fantastic. Let's consider our options from here on out. No one's really carrying a great deal of damage. We may as well either do a party heal just to top people off, or just a Judgment. I don't want to kill her though in this turn. That's the thing. I want to have a spare turn for stress reduction, so we'll just do a party heal. 6s all round, which is not too shabby at all. 22 and 28. Let's keep the stress levels down on that poor, unfortunate Vestal, and we're looking much better stress-wise. Could we go for the kill now? I think we can. Bang. All right, taken care of.
A trifling victory, but a victory nonetheless.
Unfortunately, that loot isn't worth me throwing anything out that I'm currently holding. Might consider getting rid of a stack of food at some stage, but in the meantime, no, let's... Yep, get there before we can get blighted. That burn goes through, and... Okay, some free shovels. That's going to be very, very useful. Gold I'm less worried about right now. And some crests. Again, we've got enough for the moment. Blood is the only thing that really worries me, and Crusader's gone to wasting, so that blood was very timely. We're back to merely being cursed, but steady. Oh my god, this dungeon is so enormous. Let's press on and see what we can find. Done, donety done, and we have Chevaliers and surprise. Damn. Damn. That's going to be a problem. Enraged Slight is dodged beautifully. Alright, the Houndmaster is good everywhere. Houndmaster is good everywhere. Let's start things off with some damage on the Courtesan if we can, just to avoid some extra stress. 10 damage, not too shabby, and she's down to 9. Let's do a focused bleed on the Chevalier, who's the biggest risk to us. Excuse me, bit of a cough going there. Great dodge from the Houndmaster. Her turn is wasted, and I can do nothing with this Vestal aside from move back 1 turn. Holy Lance, though, should get the kill on the Courtesan, but I want to be focusing on the Chevalier if I can. 13 damage down to 12 hit points, and he will take 4 damage in place. He'll be dead organically in 2 turns, but he'll be doing me a lot of damage in the meantime. No stuns though, fortunately. Gather the Blood goes down on the Jester, and he takes 5 damage there. He can move multiple points though, so I'm not too worried. Let's get the kill now if we can on that Chevalier. 6 damage, and with the bleeds, he is gone. Alright. Courtesan has her turn next, and she will throw Damsel in Distress, which forces a guard on her from somebody else and marks a single target. Thirst goes down, 4 damage and a bit of stress, but no other ill effects, fortunately, and the Jester's turn will be spent on doing, well, yeah, that's fine, because the Vestal can still do a party heal there. Predigestion goes down on the Crusader, 3 damage taken, but nothing to be too concerned about. Party heal goes down because it's the best of all the available options, up by 6, and a couple of players are topped off nicely. Those blights are pretty substantial, but we need to be focusing down on this goddamn Manservant, who unfortunately is too fast for me. Chevalier goes down. Let's do a chain bleed. Nice, so we'll take down and we'll take out that, take down that Courtesan. And next up is going to be Stress Management. That goes without saying. 26 on the Vestal. It's just fine by me. I want to spend a turn moving her back if we don't have to. Yep, that's fine. I'm comfortable with that. Gibbering Entourage. What the hell does that do? Right, marked, guarded, and moraled. Alright, let's focus on the only guy that can actually take some damage here. 11 damage taken that Manservant, and he is looking a little bit unhappy. Predigestion on the Jester. Dodge like an absolute pro. If you expect dodge from any character class, it would be the Jester. They dance, they sing, they fly like a bird, and at least we're dealing with some of that bleed that has come in. Let's focus some damage on that Manservant. He's finally gone, and there is no guard left on the Supplicant. Let's take care of some stress, and again we are looking just a dandy at this stage. That blight is finally done with, and the smite could well just kill him. Boom. Right, bit of blood, bit of food.
As victories mount, so too will resistance.
I'm gonna choose to leave everything there behind. Yep, and unfortunately, we have not found a key to unlock anything, so we'll have to proceed down the southern route, which will be a bit of a long haul. So bear with me. I'm just going to quickly reshuffle the party back in the correct order. I'm going to consider having some food, but actually it's fine. It's a good thing, though, that we've been doing all that stress management, because we'll be building up a lot of stress as we progress down the long road ahead of us. My golly, I'm really worried that I needed a key for that room. I'm concerned that I screwed the pooch by throwing it out. What can you do? What can you do? I just don't know. It's the Courtyard. It's all brand new. Hope you guys are enjoying this match. And we have a corridor battle coming up that we've spotted, which is just fine. Again, it's going to be a chance to top up our health. Yep, let's see what we have in store for us. Hopefully it's not a fuck you tile. Nope, just 2 overgrown webbers. I'm not too worried about these guys at all. Let's go for the insta-kills. Crit for 21. Beautiful stuff, and stress is reduced across the board. Just fine by me. Let's make that even more pronounced by taking care of the stress on that Vestal. She's almost down to 0 as well. Who still has an active turn? Well, not going to be in there first. 2 damage taken by the Jester, and no Blight, which is just fine by me. Let's focus a heal on the Crusader. Up by 8, getting him close to being completely topped off, and let's go into the Smite to make sure that we don't have to deal with the second turn of damage. Nice. Alright. It's taken care of. It all just adds to XP. No treasure worth a damn at this stage, and we have not had any meaningful hunger checks. Let us carry on bravely. Wasting on that Vestal, but not for long. And we are all back to being fine. No one is craving. No one is bloodlusted. Unfortunately, I spoke too soon. Literally just said no one is craving. Oh well. Alright. Thanks, guys. You're the best. You are the best. And let's carry on through. We're going to leave that old crone alone, because I want to keep my blood for something else, and all she does is drop a random trinket. They could well be amazing trinkets, but I'm going to have to live without them. That is for sure. Hopefully this southern pass is less ornate and more to the point than the northern pass has been, because again, this is quite a lovely shape, but I can't proceed on to the room with the thing and the guy or whatever is back there. I don't know. I'm just making assumptions. The Courtyard is new and exciting. That is for certain. Alright, you are now craving. Yep, that's fine. No one is wasting though, and that is okay. That is okay. That is okay. Finally, back to the middle point, and we are now exploring undiscovered territory. Let's see what we have in the form of this Curio Blood Fountain. Hopefully we can skip that rather than some craving ninny going nuts for it. Yep, that's fine. And then pressing on through. Believe it's going to be nothing but Gateway. We do have a Curio battle in here, so let's see what we have to deal with. And excuse me guys, I'm going to have to, well, take this call. I will have to cut back and pick this episode again up in a few. Hey everybody, welcome back. This is Ahdoom. I'm going to have to find a way of cutting those two slices together. I'm sorry about that phone call. You may have overheard me saying in a couple of episodes that I am in between jobs right now. I'm not going to say no to job hunting calls when they come in. Unfortunately, it's going to take second fiddle, unfortunately, you guys, as much as I love you all very, very dearly. So with that all behind me now, apologies all made and met. Let's just carry on, disregard that little crone because you don't want to give up blood at this juncture, given how cursed we are. Just a bunch of maggots, and we should be able to make fairly short work of these guys. We'll be starting off with an insta-kill with the Jester, 6 damage, and that bleed should take in to kill them off. Do a judgment to try and get a kill on position 4. Not quite enough to seal the deal, unfortunately. That's going to be a regret of mine. Let's probably finish this guy off, though, with the Houndmaster. Crit of 21. Lovely stuff, and some stress reduced as well, which gives me a free turn there. Grave Nibble drops on him. 5 damage, and are there any consequences? Some stress. And a stun, unfortunately, but we should be able to make short work of the remaining guys, either in this turn or the next. Ah, what's up with that, guy? Did you literally just double stun my... Oh, you're... Man, Craving. It's a thing. It is certainly a thing. Alright, can't do anything at all with the Jester this turn, so we can either party buff or stress heal. And I don't mind if I do. Down to 2. We're actually going to leave this dungeon with nothing in the way of stress, probably, which is hilarious. Let's get a smite and live on to fight another day. Could have probably faffed for a little bit longer, but it was worthwhile us just pressing on. Wasting has kicked in on the Houndmaster, so it's time for us to give him a bit of the blood to keep him on the straight and narrow. Don't want to have anyone die because they're wasting. That is absolutely for sure. And pressing on through into this room, we will see what we have to fight in battle. Okay, Courtesan, Manservant, Sycophant, and Supplicant, not too bad aside from the stress, but we're fine for stress right now. Again, not too many concerns there at all. Let's get things started with a bit of damage on that Courtesan, or should we focus down on the Manservant? Manservants are pretty nasty, particularly as when they run away, they can... Actually, I'm not sure if that run away and... No, because they upgrade when they attack people. Great dodge from the Vestal. Great dodge there. Ah! Alright, Houndmaster's going to have to spend a turn self-healing, I think. Or the Vestal's going to have to take care of it for him, because that was just nasty. You've got 2 bleed on you, 5 hit points left. Let's help you along. Done, so that Manservant is definitely dead, and we've got a little bit of bleed damage coming through in the Courtesan as well. Gather Blood goes down, but it's dodge because the Vestal is just a beautiful dancer. Dancing Vestals. Not dancing, but dancing. That's how it plays. That is how it plays, ladies and gentlemen. That's how it plays. We'll focus a heal on the Houndmaster. Just had a quick check as well on the video durations before I restarted this one, and it looks as if... Okay, you're going to freak some people out. That's fine. It looks as if... yeah, we're at 45 minutes already. Don't have any options aside from damaging the Supplicant, so we'll take that hit, and this guy's down to 8 hit points. Stress is a bit of a concern for me, but it's not going to, like... Yeah, I'm not terrified, to be honest. This guy's got... Yeah, let's take the chance. Great kill there, and that should take out the... Oh, wasting. Alright, let's... Yep, yes, you'll get the blood. Just don't do anything crazy. Good, thank you. Very good. Let's think about a chain attack, or just a focused bleed, or some stress management. Let's take care of some of that relatively high stress on that Vestal, who's taken a couple of maddening wines and other ill effects. Next up we can go for a stun, which has a remote chance of taking, or we can just do some good old-fashioned country damage, which works for me just fine. 8 damage taken, 3 bleed coming in. That lady is dead in her next turn, if not sooner. Sorry, dead in... I'm sorry, I should say the turn after this, if not sooner. No, it's going to be next turn, and that's all fine. 3 damage taken, and that heal is going to be a problem. We'll definitely focus down on taking out that Courtesan. Craving it, yeah, okay, fine, you can free people out. That's your prerogative, I guess. Courtesan is taken care of, and it is definitely time for stress management with the Jester in the next turn. That Sycophant is going to maddening wine my Vestal yet again. 3 damage plus a lot of stress. Slightly concerning, but what can you do? Hounds rush in the back. Not going to be a kill because he's not going to hit at all. That's outplay sometimes, and that's fine. RNG's sometimes smiles, and he sometimes laughs. You know, the good Lord takes with one hand and giveth with the other. Let's look at some healing and stress healing with this Crusader, just because he's out of reach. And anyway, that Sycophant is stunned for the turn regardless. Next up, it's going to be... Yep, that stress turn is denied. Get some damage done on that back row. Not quite enough to kill with that. Yep, let's look at stress on the Houndmaster. And I think we'll end up wrapping up the kill with the Vestal. Yes, indeedly do. Done, and Dunsky. All done and good, and stress reduced to boot. 3 blood, which is going to come in so damn handy.
Triumphant pride precipitates a dizzying fall.
This may not be the best decision, but I'm going to give up 1 stack of food, because I think I might need that key. I'm not sure if I do or I don't, but I just want to have 1 key in reserve. That stack of gold is mighty nice, but I want to keep bandages if I can when I come up against a boss, as and when that occurs. Torches are really useful. They're really useful, but that said, this is only going to be worth 1150, I think, so I'm going to swap out this stack of torches. I know I'm going to get more gold than that, and I'm not going to be using that Crusader ability, so there is no need to keep the trinket which supports it. Alright, this time to do something different, we're going to go backwards rather than forwards, just because I want to eliminate the things that have the best. Ooh, let's see, 28, 25. Alright, let's take this cocoon up. Didn't get there in time. Damn it. Alright, but no ill effects, fortunately. Let's keep our inventory open, because that is the only way of getting an interrupt in time. Just being silly and lazy there. 2 courtesans, a sycophant, and a supplicant in the mix for damage to be done. Probably can't get the kill with the Houndmaster in time on that sycophant. We'll try regardless. 11 damage, 2 bleed, and worst comes to worst, he just takes some extra damage there. The thirst goes down, and the Houndmaster dodges, because he's amazing. Not going to try and get a kill on this sycophant, though. I'll probably use a Hound's Harry to do bleed damage to all of them. What I will do is try and stun out one of these courtesans. If I can, 4 damage taken, and that stun goes into effect, so that's less stress damage for me in the next turn. Could look at stress levels right now, or I could look at doing some chain bleeds, or some focus bleeds for that matter, but I think a chain bleed might be the more prudent. No, let's crit for 11. Fantastic call, 4 damage. That courtesan is dead in its next turn, just fine by me, and a little miss courtesan shuffles forward as well. Let's get the insta-kill down on that supplicant, and Careless Whispers does go down in the end. 2, 2, 2, and 3, and horror goes down on literally everyone, which is regrettable, but that's life. Maddening Wine goes down to the Jester, bit of damage, as well as about 12 stress. No concerns there. We might look at a party heal in our next round. This sycophant is dead, though. What I will try and do is stun out this courtesan, and she resists, unfortunately. Mind your manners goes down on the Jester, 5 damage taken, and he is now marked, but he's only marked to her, which is just fine by me. We'll look at reducing the stress levels on him, because he's a little bit peaked behind his mask. You can't tell from here, but I can, because I know his true heart. Deseres and I are like this. Let's have a look through, and you pass, which is regrettable. I will do a focused heal on the Jester this turn, because I will always try and keep my named characters alive. If you want to be a named character, feel free to let me know as well. Let's keep reducing Deseres' stress, and carry on. That sycophant is dead, and it's just the courtesan left in play. Let's try it once again for that stun, just to buy ourselves some time. We're only in turn 3, so I'm not concerned about stress effects going down on anyone, but since horror is in place, I do have, more general concerns. We'll drop a party heal just because we have the time and the turn to do it. With the Crusader's turn, provided he doesn't pass, we will also reduce the stress on that Vestal there. Nicely done. That's 11 stress gone away. Now is the time for us to actually start doing some damage, though. So let's Hounds Rush this. Yep, okay, and the courtesan is dead. Too fragile for her own good. Oh, Sapphires.
Brought low and driven into the mud.
Nope, Sapphire is going to have to be... And again, that gold stack instantly became worth more than I would have brought it along for. Going to keep those shovels, though. Not that I have to, because I've got food. The question is whether I value shovels or whether I value money more. And the answer is, given our current stress and HP situation, and given the fact that we have 2 full stacks of food, I'm probably going to get rid of those shovels, despite the fact it's probably a bad idea. Okay, that's fine. Going to take the chance at gold. The chance, not the guarantee by any measure, because... Oh, I can see that trap now. Yep. Good, disarmed, lovely, some stress reduced, and we are in the game. Let's carry on and see what this curio is. Probably going to be nothing of worth. Well, let's take that out in the Vestal and reduce her stress entirely. Sweet relief and sweet release, and she is looking a lot less peaked. That is for show. Alright, pressing on, let's have a look in this room and see what we have. It's a big empty nothing. Do we get any scouting? We do not. Let's backtrack and see what is in store for us in the next fork of this remote tendril. Again, it might well be that the key that I've just picked up, which isn't a special key by any means, it's just a skeleton key, could be the solution for the obstacle I have up here. I don't know, but it's worth trying. That said, I'm going to try and explore out this section to my fullest satisfaction before I progress onwards. This could be a fairly inefficient use of this dungeon. Now, to be clear... let's take care of your wasting there. To be clear, I have to find the special item key to progress on in this dungeon. So I'm gonna keep looking for. I still have a stack of torches that I can get rid of if I need to. All right, where are we? It's an empty. All right, backtracking once again and carrying on our exploration of this epically long, incredibly extensive, terrifyingly frightening dungeon. But at least we're trotting on old ground as we continue exploring. Only one stress is being taken on these blocks, so it's relatively random. Alright, let's go down south now and take the middle fork, see what we have to see, go back to our inventory in case we get an interrupt. And craving, that's fine, you can crave as long as you don't waste to death. Gonna leave those alone unless you're gonna go for it regardless. No, you aren't. Fine by me. And who has the highest bleed resist? Bleed is 50, bleed is 55. Bleed is 55, and finally bleed is 40. Now we're going to leave that blood plant alone. Do not need the treasure, do not have the shovels, do not give a hoot. Alright, Chevalier in position 3, and we need to do something about that. Infallible Servitude, unfortunately, just dropped a guard on him, which is going to be a huge obstacle for me. That said, chain attacks, disregard it, and I think I will. Nope, unfortunately it doesn't work the way that I thought it did, which is regrettable now that we've got that guarded unit taking some bleed. We may as well focus down for the kill. Unfortunately, he gets the dodge. Not kindly, but it happens in Rage Slight. Drops on the Houndmaster, which is dodge though, so no stress for us today. We'll try and go for Smite though on this chappy here. That crit for 21 is worthwhile. Shuffles everyone forward as well, and stress goes down across the board. Midnight Minuet. What the... Okay, so... Oh, everyone gets... It's an everyone buff. Oh, 14 damage. Alright, that's... That's gnarly. That is gnarly. Let's focus a heal down on that Houndmaster. Golly gosh. Alright, 29 health, looking a little bit less squishy, and that Man-7's probably going to do a guard on the... Yep, as expected, unfortunately. Going to have to do something about that in our first available turn. Well, let's try a Chain Bleed. Alright, so I think I've understood how Chain Bleeds work slightly more readily now. Crit for 21. God damn, that was one hell of a bitch slap. Alright, this guy's already dead, so I can't do much about that. Can try and stun him, but it's going to land on the Man-7 instead. So let's try and stun the Courtesan. Hopefully that works. 3 damage, and it's resisted. That's regrettable. Focus a heal on the Jester, up by 11, and he should be topped up nicely. Indeed he is. And moderate bleed damage is taken by that chap. 8 damage taken by the Houndmaster yet again. So we have a call as to whether or not we're going to self-heal, whether we're going to do something else. But in the meantime, it is evident that we need to take out that Courtesan. 14 damage, not enough to get the kill there. Still has 2 HP. That Man-7 is dead though, which counts for something because the guard is now removed. Question really is whether I should be self-healing or... Well, you got 2 HP. Yeah, that was the best call. Hopefully that bleed takes. It does. Alright, and that's just fine by me. The Vestal is going to be necessary to take out the stress that's currently rocking on him. Let's focus down the Chevalier and kill him as quickly as possible because he does really substantial damage. Focus heal on the Houndmaster, up by 11. And we're getting pretty close to being topped off there. 10 damage done by the Crusader as well, and he has 1 hit point left. Unfortunately, he will probably skewer me. Yep, 11 damage on the Jester, and the onus is now on me to faff as much as I can to make sure that we're in a better place for next turn. not going to worry about that stun there. Instead, I'll drop a self-heal just to make full advantage of the turn, because that Chevalier is dead regardless of what he does. I will try and reduce the stress on that Houndmaster, though, in the turn that I've got, and I'm going to need to have some serious epic healing coming in from the Vestal. Yeah, only 8. I'd hardly call that epic, but it's certainly going to address most of the damage that we've taken from... yeah, that's fine. Fine. Done. Alright, so not too many complaints there. Unfortunately, no bandages in that treasure mix. But that's what food is for. I'm going to leave that be. I'm also going to check this chest, just in case there's anything in there, which is... Key of Reflection. Beautiful. Now, I do have... Don't know why I didn't use those before. Let's get rid of bandages. Or torches. Let's get rid of torches. Torches are of utility here. We have the key that we need. Let's buff these guys for, you know, a few rounds at least. Well, it's a 1 round. Okay, that's pretty useless as far as buffs go. And we've finally gotten that fork taken care of. Rather than completing the dungeon, I'm going to just press on through the next lock. Oopsie. Wrong button. Sorry, guys. Right, let's press on back. We're going to be taking some stress as we progress through, but that's okay. I just have a limited supply of blood, and I know that I'm going to arrive wasting to that gate. I do want to check it out, though, because this courtyard, despite the fact that it drops some pretty awesome loot, does need to be killed. Now, we do have a trap coming up. There it is. I can see it. Let's take you on the Houndmaster. Damn it! Failed to check. And what do you get? Okay. Ambush. Alright, let's think about this. This is a pretty low-level party. We're probably going to be taking some stress, so we may as well take care of the stress we're going to take. Done! 13 is gone. Let's keep things rolling. Hopefully we get an early turn with somebody. Chance to stun is relatively good in that Sycophant, and we'll take it. Just deny him the chance to do me any stun damage. Or, God help us, recurse the already cursed party members. Could look at a heal up on someone in particular. Could look at doing some direct damage. Let's try and drop a... No, let's just make sure that we get the kills we need. Boom, 7 damage, not quite enough to kill, which is regrettable. But we did deal with some stress on the Vestal. Have a chance for an insta-kill, or almost guarantee an insta-kill. Let's take it. Crit of 32. Nicely done. It's just a Sycophant who gets a turn this time around the bend. Gather the Blood goes down on the Vestal for 2 damage. And no other ill effects. Vestal's turn, we will absolutely be doing a party heal now, though, because it's a bit more viable. Bleed drops down. Let's take care of some stress. Who's rocking the highest? 19, 17. All right. De-stress the Jester, just to make sure that we arrive at the blue gate, you know, with a semblance of sanity. Party heal goes down. Pretty good spread, and a crit to boot as well. Not too shabby. And let's wrap things up. No! Wonderbar! Okay, can't do diddly with this loot. Sorry for the coughing there, guys. Got a bit of a frog in my throat. It's kind of hard talking non-stop for, you know, practically an hour and a half. And I do make these videos back-to-back whenever I have the chance to. So my throat gets a little bit husky there. Apologies. Now, bleed resistance amazing on anyone. We've got 2 of our 4 party members currently craving. Not too worried about that as things go, because our supply of blood is pretty healthy. But regardless, we will press on to the next milestone in our objectives in the courtyard. Let's press on now and see what we have to see. That is going to be just a crone. Oh, okay, fine. Could get there in time though. And you pick up a bit of stress. That's neither here nor there. I could party buff at this stage by dropping some Bloodlust in place, but I don't like how Bloodlust works, particularly with back ranks players. I'm fine dropping Bloodlust on someone who's in position 1 or position 2 because... Okay, let's... Is that not the right one? A locked gate. Damn it! Alright, that's fine. Can't drop this in place. And if I do, it's going to destroy it. Alright. Wrong gateway, unfortunately, so we're going to have to double back, and it might well be that the gateway is the one to the north of us. Unfortunately, we'll take some pretty gnarly stress because we have to walk backwards. Fortunately, it isn't too long a walk. If it was this entire walk we had to go backwards on, I would be quite put out. Quite put out indeed, as the Queen would say. And let us go on through. A bit of a long walk, but I think this will work out. You've gone to wasting, so we'll need to fix you up post-haste. Alright, so now we only have 1 craving party member, which is just fine by me. Again, those debuffs are pretty frustrating. Alright, now we are all fine. Yep, come on, hurry up. Good, thank you. Come on, let me move. Good, 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 good. Ugh. Alright, this is just how this reverses time-wise, which is regrettable, but what can you do? And pressing on through. Stress is slowly building on a couple of characters, but we're only in the 3 or 4 bars. Nothing worse than that. It's just fine. Do have a corridor battle though, so we can deal with some of that stress and cure up some of our health. We've got 2 Corpse Eaters and a Slathering Ghoul. Slathering Ghouls aren't my favorite by any measure, but excuse me, they can be dealt with. Alright, let's start things off with hopefully an insta-kill on one of these Corpse Eaters to deny them a turn. Not quite good enough, only 2 damage taken there. Let's finish things off with a Judgment though to top up our Vestal's health. She's no longer craving or wasted. Munch goes down to the Jester for 3 damage, and he picks up a Blight, which is regrettable. Hal goes down for stress on everyone. Oh, horror. Yes, horror on everyone, which is going to be very regrettable. Let's take out that Corpse Eater though. Nice insta-kill there, and that's all taken care of. These corpses are going to get in the way of our Crusader, but I might just use him as a stress reducer for the moment. 22 versus 26 stress. Let's focus on our, on our Crusader. Jolly, jolly good. And let us press on with a Hound's Rush. 6 damage taken and a bit of bleed as well. Yep, not too shabby there. Not too shabby there at all. We'll start doing back row damage with the Vestal though, because I'm going to be using the Crusader to heal up this chap, as well as deal some of his stress. Skull Toss goes down on her though for 7 damage and a bit of a 20 stress bump. Unfortunately, she's also stunned, which is going to slow down my damage potential, but with that said, I just need to keep Inspiring Cry going. Crit of 6 as well, which gives me 16 health. Sorry, 16 stress healing. That's hard to say quickly. My gosh, maybe I should just slow down. I would if I could. I don't know how. Don't know how. I always talk this fast. Unfortunately, the Jester does pass out the turn, and Skull Toss goes down on him, but he dodges despite being lazy. Let's keep the Hound's Rushes going on that back row. He's down to 21 life, and if I get a turn with her, which I won't this turn, I'll do a Judgment. With that all said, though, it's time to start focusing on the stress and damage of the Vestal. Down by 2, stress down by 11, and we are looking much healthier than we were before. Keep those Hounds Rushes going, 4 damage taken and a bit more bleed. Up to 6 per turn, really nothing to write home about, but again, I think I might actually start accelerating this because we're already in turn 4. 4 damage taken, plus an extra, 10 bleed going through, and he's dead the next turn. So now it's very, very clear that we can and should be faffing. 5 damage taken, and quite a lot of stress though on that Jester, and he's stunned for the turn, which is going to limit his stress reduction opportunities. We'll drop a party heal here though, just to top everyone off as well as him. Nicely done, and let's do an Inspiring Cry as well to reduce some of that stress and finish up his health. Slathering Ghoul gets moved around. Jester won't get a turn this time around, and neither will we because he dies instantly. Alright, that's a bit of gold picked up. I hope this blue key is the right one. The Crusader has gone to Craving, which is just fine by me. Let's press on, do a quick check to make sure there have been no traps dropped for us. Nope, we're fine. Alright, let's carry on through. Alrighty, let's press on here. Not expecting to have any kind of problems arise. Hunger check, yep, that's a bit overdue, and no complaints there. Just hope that the random rolls on these things don't come through thick and fast, because that could cause me a problem. That said, my inventory is full of all sorts of good things. The only thing I can really get rid of right now is food and bandages. That key does work, and we are through to the other side. Let us see what is behind this door right here. Crocodilian. Goddamn crocodilians. Okay, let us consider our choices carefully. Hound's Rush is clear, especially if the bleed takes, which it does. Fantastic. He's got 153 health to worry about. Swarming Corruption goes down with a lot of damage done on everyone, and accuracy debuffs spreading across the board. He also hasn't moved an iota, which is going to be a problem for our Crusader. That said, I will drop a Judgment for the moment. 5 damage made, and yep, need to find the opportunities we can for damage. Can't reach him at all with the Jester, and while I could be looking at stress reduction, I want to be increasing my crit chances and speed, given the reductions that we have in our accuracy, to counterbalance that as well. Lurking Fear goes down, and he's progressed by 1 step, which opens him up to a few new attacks. Given that he's out of reach, though, by my Crusader, I will look at 29, 30, 49. Alright, let's heal up the Houndmaster by 3, reduce some stress, and keep us in the game. I will drop a slice off here if I can. 8 damage, very nice, and that bleed takes as well. 6 damage coming through. Let's keep the Hound's Rushes going on this chappie. 6 damage done and dusted, and unfortunately he resists the bleed. Still out of reach on the Crusader though, so we'll focus a heal and stress reduction on the Jester just to get closer to being topped off there. Teeth Rake go down on the Houndmaster, but he dodges, which is just fantastic. Given the health situation, I'll keep dropping Judgments if I can. 13 damage as a critical is fantastic, and stress goes down across the board, which is fine by me. Those bleeds are running out. Oh, 2 dodges and some actual substantial damage there. But again, the Crusader is out of reach of him, unfortunately. 7 damage done and dusted with the bleed it does take now on the Crocodilian with the Houndmaster. Reduced to pure desire, a fire that cleanses reason, and of course, like a goddamn fool, he passes. I'll drop an Inspiring Cry on the Vestal just to try and help her recover up both stress, sanity, and life. This Crocodilian is down to 96 and submerges, well, just submerges unfortunately. His resistances go through the absolute roof. There's no reason why we can't try and damage him regardless. That's a dodge, and that's acceptable. 6 damage comes in with that bleed though, and he is healing up as he does this. Apex Predator comes down, and god damn, look at that damage. With that said though, we can actually start to hit this guy around the face. Let's make it happen. 9 damage taken, and he's down to 96 yet again. Oh, why did you do that? Right, let's amp speed, crit, and accuracy. God damn, that Jester is a regrettable individual, and my Vestal could be at serious risk here. Question is, party heal or a focused one? She's down to 17. Let's try for a party heal. Hope the criticals, and it's only 4. That was a wrong call. I should have focused down on that. Do have a chance to actually get a smite in though with the Crusader. We're gonna have to take a 12 damage made, and this guy is finally on half-life. Oh my gosh. Teeth Rake on the Vestal. She could be dead here. 12 damage taken, and she's out of position, but you know what? That's completely fine by me. Bleed goes down. Please don't hit. Please don't attack her. No, he doesn't. Alright. What can I do here? Let's move the Vestal to a position where she can be of more use. Yep, that's the key thing. Let's do some damage to this Crocodilian as much as we can. Again, could focus a heal here, but I'm going to have to rely on Death's Door to keep my Vestal alive. That might be a forlorn hope. Teeth Rake on the Houndmaster. Thank God, and he dodges to boot as well. Looking a little bit better here. Going to cure that bleed. Going to do a focused Divine Grace on her, and she's up by 10, which is still not out of the danger zone by any measure. He can still get it down to Death's Door easily. Submerge goes down. This guy's going to be healing for a turn. Up by 15. That's just criminal given the limited damage I can do to him. Absolutely criminal. Let's slice off regardless. Dodged, that's expected, but we'll have to take the chance regardless. Hound's Rush. No, given our chance to miss, we will do a self-heal instead. Alright, that's fine by me. And let's try a smite. Chance to hit is only 41, but it takes 16 damage done, and his heal is removed. Apex Predator comes down. Fantastic. He avoids our Jester entirely. 17, 16, 18, and 17. It's going to have to be a party heal here, and up by 6 on the Crusader, which is just fine. We are all very much at risk here. I think it's going to have to be time, this Crocodilian, because I don't know that I'm going to be able to survive that. I don't know that I'm going to be able to survive this. It's really substantial. Let's drop a bandage in place because it's our best bet, and we have to get some damage done on this guy. Chance to stun is up there, but he's got so many actions that's irrelevant. Let's just get some damage done. 8 damage and a bleed hopefully is... Nope, it's resisted. Let's look at our best bet, and it is going to be to reduce stress. No, it's going to be to buff the party. Definitely to buff the party at this stage. Got to keep our guys topped up, and again, despite our relative stress levels, it's going to be a party heal for sure. Okay, up by 12 on the Crusader, which is fine. Everyone else is looking a little bit weak in the Vestal. Vestal could be riskier. Only 8 damage though. Only 8 damage, and she shuffled out of position, which is regrettable, but workable. It's workable. Let's smite on the front row here. 13 damage. This guy's down to 27. We're almost there. Teeth Rake though. This could be it. Crit of 17. Goddamn, we're at Death's Door. And a bleed going. She could be dead in the next round. No, please live. Okay, the bleed took. Resolve is tested though. Masochist, don't do yourself any damage this turn. Please just let us live. Damn. Alright. I don't know if we're going to be able to survive this one. Certainly not with that Vestal. Can't do anything but Nope, you won't let me do that. Okay, let's party heal. Please don't die from the bleed. In fact, if I can waste the Crusader's turn on... Okay, that's... Oh, why do you have to heal? No, you've just buffed yourself. Death's Door check, that's fine. Alright. Yep, it's the way of your... So you're not gonna... Okay, that's fine. Oh my god. Death's Door, she's gone. I can get her off Death's Door before this guy has a chance to have a turn, and that's not a bad call. Up by 5. God damn. Swarming Corruption, okay. Should be back on Death's Door immediately. Yep. Okay, I need to take out that 15 damage. That 15 hit points, sorry. Crit for 13, and that bleed could be it. That bleed could be it. This could be finally over, and I think I need to get the hell out of dodge. Let's... Nope, you're not going to let us do that. Alright, let's take this out on the Houndmaster. There we go. Alright, that's done. That's done. Just live one more round. Let's just get the kill now. No! Okay, dodge. It's alright. Done. Done. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. I should have just, like, stress healed or something with the Crusader. I just wanted things to be done because emotionally the stakes for me right now are very high. Sharpened Letter Opener. 25% damage melee skill. It's incredible. Incredible. And dodge. Yes. Yes, please. Yes, please. Don't mind if I do. Let's use all of that food. Do we have any bleeding going? No, we don't. Let's take those busts, and I think I'm going to have to call time on this dungeon. We have to come back and re-explore this miserable traverse at some stage in the future. Before we do that, we will open this chest to see what it has in store. Contains a key. Oh! Okay. We're going to unlock the door, and that's all we're going to do. That's all we're going to do. We're going to unlock the door, and that's it. Because we're in, like, heart attack season here. Let's just be safe. If we can. Okay. Yep. That's okay. You can crave. You are at death's door. I have no camps, and that's okay. Yep. Oh, you're wasting. Bugger. Let's deal with that immediately. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Right. Given that we aren't expecting to have any curios jump us and interrupt, we'll just keep our eye open for fresh traps or corridor battles. Oh my god, this is quite intense. Not going to press on beyond that door, though. Definitely not going to press on beyond that door. At least we've cleared out another tranche of the dungeon. I think the yellow door is the last battle. Wasting comes down to the Crusader. Let's... Whew! I hope you guys are liking this. I am, but ay, as they say. Ay. Yowza, yowza, yowza. Alright, and let's keep going through here. Those crocodilian mini-bosses they are intense. They are intense, and poor Brimu is going to have to spend a lot of time taking care of this stress. That is for certain. In the meantime, we've got a pretty good spread of things in terms of money and treasure and, you know, heirlooms and stuff. Let's advance onwards here, and you are craving, which is fine by me. I just need you to not be deading. It's the deading that I'm worried about. It's the deading. Don't want to lose another Vestal to this courtyard, and it's unlocked. I hope the game saves this progress. Let's regroup. Yes, we will take some stress. That's fine. That's fine. Whew! Okay, so we had 6k of gold, or thereabouts, in the kitty from before. We're going to add an extra, just under 10 to that, I think. Pretty good haul of crests, deeds, and busts. No upgrades, obviously, because we didn't finish things, but we have picked up some quirks. Dud Hitter and Steady, which isn't too shoddy. Ruins Phobe and Eagle Eye. Desurs has picked up Phengophobia. It's annoying as heck, given the way that I play. I have to find a way of cleansing that off if I can. And Off Guard on the Vestal, which is just rubbish. But I think we're one more attempt away from getting to and defeating the Baron.
The tragic extent of my failings.
In the meantime, Buron, Bellicott, and Fergant are feeling much better for the de-stress. Toussaint, Fergant, and Buron have controlled their urges for now, and oh, that was intense. Let's do a quick look at the trinkets that we picked up in that last round. There was, from memory, something for the Bounty Hunter, which really amplifies Mark, Stun, and Bleed this time. We've also gotten a Lioness Warpaint, which is a lot of damage if we're willing to go low on the torch, and if she's afflicted with a curse, she'll carry an increased accuracy and dodge. And then there was one more as well, if I can... Sharpened Letter Opener as well for the Grave Robber. And if I look at the Grave Robber, I haven't been using them very often because they're just a bit weak, but the abilities that I use are mostly in melee, ranged, right? They're all ranged. Okay, so if I switch to a move Grave Robber, that will be useful. But this episode has gone long enough. We've made some progress, and for a change, this is the first time ever since we actually first attempted this dungeon, the first time around, we've left on our terms rather than with death and horror and dismemberment. I'm feeling good about this. I'm feeling good about this. We're making good headway. And with that all said, I will leave you guys until next time. My name is Ahdoom. If you want to catch more of these videos, hit that sub button. If you're entering in late, have a look at the playlist and figure out how I've got to this horrible place. And I will catch you guys next time.